Rangers fans, today's news is absolutely massive. Cyril Dessers speaks out. A £10 million claim shakes things up, and there's fresh talk of Lawrence Shankland to Ibrox. But wait, could Steven Gerrard actually return? And what about the £6,600,000 wasted on a flop earning more than Ianis Hagi? And here's the real bombshell. The VAR audio scandal has exploded, proving once again that Rangers are fighting more than just opponents on the pitch. Let's get into it. Cyril Dessers has answered the doubts about his future at Rangers and made it clear that he is determined to stay at Ibrox, despite interest from multiple clubs. With Philippe Clement now overseeing a full-scale rebuild, the objective is obvious: offload players on big wages who are not delivering and construct a squad that truly reflects the manager's vision. Many expected Dessers to be among the first to leave, but after 2 transfer windows, he remains at Ibrox. Reports suggest that 10 clubs were interested, but only short-term moves were on the table, leading Rangers to reject them. Last summer, Atlanta United had agreed on a fee in the region of £4,600,000 for the 30-year-old striker, but he personally refused the move. Ahead of the Scottish Cup clash against Queen's Park, Dessers addressed the speculations surrounding his future. "I have had good conversations with Niels Koppen, and I am very happy at Rangers. I did not want to leave, but of course I want to play. I feel like I have been getting into better form, so for me, there were no big question marks." Are Rangers getting value for money with Dessers? The numbers do not lie. 18 goals and 6 assists this season speak for themselves. The striker has been in fine form, and with Hamza Igamane dropping into a deeper role, their partnership has been benefiting the team. The earlier criticism of Dessers' overall contribution has eased as results show he is making a real impact. Another point of contention has been his high wages, especially when Danilo and Igamane are fit, leaving him on the bench. However, if he keeps scoring and contributing to the team, is his contract really an issue, or should Rangers have taken the multi-million-pound offer and reinvested in another striker? Rangers are gearing up for the final stretch of the season with the January transfer window now behind them. The only winter addition was Rafael Fernandes, brought in on loan from Lille, but the club remains a hot topic off the pitch. The fallout from Mohamed Diamande's controversial red card against Dundee United continues, with the release of VAR audio causing outrage. The officials in the VAR room clearly stated that there was no violent conduct and advised Nick Walsh to overturn his decision, yet he refused. The reaction has been described as atrocious, and thankfully, Rangers won their appeal. But the question remains, how many more times must Rangers fight against these baffling refereeing decisions? Meanwhile, Philippe Clement has confirmed that Oscar Cortez has done enough to earn a permanent deal, with Rangers set to pay £4 million to Lens in the summer. The Colombian winger has shown glimpses of brilliance, and now the focus is on getting him fit and ready to make an even bigger impact. Peter Grant has thrown his opinion into the mix, suggesting that Rangers must win silverware rather than simply focus on selling players for big money. He argues that while rival Celtic continue to rake in over £25 million for players like Jota and Matt O'Reilly, Rangers must prioritise success on the pitch. His remarks about potentially selling Cyril Dessers in January also raised eyebrows. Would letting him go without a replacement have signalled that the Scottish Cup doesn't matter? On the injury front, Ridvan Yilmaz is back in training after another frustrating spell on the sidelines. The Turkish left-back has had a tough time with injuries, and it remains to be seen when he will be fully match-fit. If Rangers fail to win the league again this season, is it time to stop trusting the process and start demanding real change? Rangers have already secured a pre-contract agreement for Lyle Cameron, and Derek Ferguson believes another similar signing could be on the horizon. The January transfer window ended on a frustrating note, with just one first-team signing in the form of centre-back Rafael Fernandez, brought in on loan to cover for injuries. However, attention is already shifting towards the summer, and one name continues to be linked with a move to Ibrox: Lawrence Shankland. Ferguson is convinced that Rangers' interest in the Hearts striker is far from over, with his contract set to expire at the end of the season and no extension expected. The Scotland international could be available for nothing. Ferguson said, "I've got a sneaky wee feeling Rangers' interest in Shankland is not dead. I like Shankland. Desires is what he is. You don't know what you're going to get. I would take Shankland in a minute. You're going to get the captain of Hearts at Rangers for hee-haw." With Rangers likely to prioritize a new striker in the summer, Shankland remains a realistic option. However, his arrival could spell the end for Cyril Desires, who was linked with a move away in January. The Nigerian forward has struggled in front of goal, slipping down the pecking order at Ibrox, and if Shankland arrives, it's hard to see both staying at the club. Hamza Igamane remains the current first-choice striker, but with interest in him growing, his long-term future is uncertain. Philippe Clement will undoubtedly want a top-quality forward leading the line next season, but is Shankland truly the answer? That his performances this season have been mixed, but securing him on a free transfer would reduce the financial risk. More importantly, is he really an upgrade on Desires? Or should Rangers aim for a higher caliber of striker to ensure they're challenging for major honours again? The rumours are swirling, and the name on everyone's lips is Steven Gerrard. Could a sensational return to Ibrox be on the cards after leaving Al Ettifaq following a frustrating spell in Saudi Arabia? The former Rangers boss is on the lookout for his next challenge, and some believe Glasgow could be the perfect destination. Ali McCoist certainly thinks it's a possibility. The Ibrox legend has suggested that a return to Rangers might be exactly what Gerrard needs to revive his managerial career, given the disappointing stints he has had since leaving the club. His words were echoed by none other than former Celtic boss Neil Lennon, who admitted that nothing should be ruled out in football. When even a Celtic man acknowledges the prospect, you know there's something in the air. Gerrard's departure from Rangers in 2021 left a sour taste for many, but there's no denying his impact. He delivered the club's long-awaited league title, ending a decade of frustration and putting Celtic firmly in their place. But his managerial career has faltered ever since, struggling at Aston Villa before a lackluster stint in Saudi Arabia, despite bringing in big names like Jordan Henderson and Jorginho Wijnaldum. Meanwhile, Rangers have failed to reclaim the league title since his exit, finishing second to Celtic every year. Philippe Clement was brought in to steady the ship after Michael Beale's disastrous tenure, but with Rangers already trailing by 13 points this season, serious questions will be asked if the gap gets any wider. Clement's contract runs until 2028, but if the board loses patience, could Gerrard be the man they turn to? Would you even want him back after the way he left? Does Gerrard deserve another shot at Rangers, or should the club be looking forward, not backwards? Rangers have been busy trimming the wage bill, but one glaring issue remains Rabbi Matondo. While Kieran Dowell and Matondo were sent out on loan in January with the hope of securing permanent moves in the summer, the Welsh winger's time at Ibrox has been nothing short of a costly disappointment. The numbers don't lie. Since his arrival for £3 million, Matondo has raked in £23,000 per week, earning more than Ianis Haji, yet his contributions have been minimal. Injuries aside, his inconsistency has left fans frustrated. Yes, he has shown flashes of brilliance. His thunderous injury time equaliser against Celtic will live long in the memory, but one or two screamers cannot justify the £6,600,000 wasted on him so far. Meanwhile, Haji, who earns slightly less than Matondo, has made a real case for himself. Since returning to the first team in October, the Romanian has registered 4 goals and 5 assists, proving himself an asset in multiple positions. His contract is set to expire next year, but with performances like these, tying him down to a long-term deal should be a priority. For Matondo, however, there's no way back. He has made a positive start at Hannover 96, and if he keeps scoring, Rangers will surely find a club willing to take him off the books permanently. Why have Rangers repeatedly wasted millions on high earners who failed to deliver, and will this cycle ever end? If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now.